Hi everyone, I'm Gabriel Zamora and thank you so much for watching. So for today's video, I wanted to test out the world's sexiest foundation. I mean, it's not really like sexy, but I didn't know what else to call it. I feel like every single person who has reviewed a foundation has said like world's best, world's most full coverage, world's most matte, world's most and I was like, let's test out the world's sexiest foundation. I'm just calling it sexy because the packaging is just so pretty. I didn't know what else to call this video. So if you thought it was gonna be a legitimately sexy foundation. Okay, you guys, so to start off the skin, I'm gonna be using for primer, the MAC Prep and Prime Skin Base Visage. Like Michelle Visage? I've used it a couple times, and one thing you can't tell in regular lighting is that it has like shimmer to it, but it keeps you still relatively matte. It almost like gives you like a satin effect to the skin. So I think this is a good like just neutral type of primer for this foundation. This is the foundation color I tend to go for. Oh, almost. This is a venti iced caramel macchiato with soy milk and an extra shot of espresso. I live to look like a Starbucks drink. Okay, so now that I've prepped the face, I'm gonna use some color corrector. So I'm gonna be grabbing my favorite one. This one is by Becca. It's the Backlight Targeted Color Corrector. Now, this is kind of like pricey. I think it's like 30 bucks. So you don't have to buy this one, you guys. The LA Girl like concealer things work just as good and they're a lot more inexpensive. This one I really like though because it's very creamy. It looks like I shoved my face into a bag of Doritos. Let's get into foundation. The Jouer Essential High Coverage Creme Foundation. It has hyaluronic acid and it's matte, it's oil-free. One thing that I learned from the first time is it is a very high coverage. Like it says high coverage, girl, they're not lying. This is one pump and I promise you, you have to literally go pump by pump by pump. A little goes a long way. And I'm gonna be using the brush as well. Here I'm gonna do like a packing motion around the beard because I don't wanna move the color corrector. Wow, I didn't even have to color correct. Do you see how like, look, this is what my beard looks like on my neck? Wow, ay Dios mío, mírala. You're like, I poked my Gabriel's apple. One pump did all of this. Do you see that? It looks very intimidating at first. I remember when I first tried it, I was like, God damn, good thing I used it for a Halloween costume. But it really sets into the skin once you really play with it. So you'll be fine, I promise. If you have like hyperpigmentation, discoloration, this will literally cover everything. Carry it into the ear. High coverage foundations, you guys, you wanna make sure you put on your ear as well. If you have shorter hair, definitely carry the foundation at least a little bit onto the ear. Just make sure you wash your ear at night because it might be a little gross if you don't wash it. I don't even think I needed to color correct. I remember the first time I used it, I was doing the Halloween tutorial and I was like, oh, I don't have to color correct because I'm gonna put makeup here over the foundation as well. You won't be able to even tell that I have like 5 o'clock shadow. And it covers it, you guys. Carry it into your neck so you don't look crazy. So for concealer, I'm gonna be using my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the color medium. I think full coverage is really amazing for like fall because during the summer, it can really like melt off or you feel like your pores are getting clogged. But during the fall, when it's really cold outside, full coverage is amazing because it literally lasts. Ooh, like the concealer blended so well with it. Not my head at all, y'all. So I wanted to show you kind of how I do my eyes as well as some of my face because I have these new brushes. So this is like a 2 double first impression type of thing. I got the Mean Girls Burn Book brushes and this is what they come in, but how cute is this? I took all the brushes out and I just put them in here. I don't like my brushes laying down, but these are all the brushes. They have like the cutest little name. I think for the eyes, I'm gonna start off with this one. It's a fluffy brush. This one is in the style You Go Glen Coco. I love the name. And I'm gonna start off with my transition color and I'm gonna go in with Bomb Diggity from the Laura Lee Los Angeles palette. As I've said in all my videos, this is literally my favorite color, you guys. Oh, it's very soft. Okay, I'm not mad at this. All the brushes I think are synthetic. Well, they look synthetic, so I don't know. They're all really soft for like being synthetic-y. I think the real test is how well do they really blend. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with That's So Fetch. It's like this kind of like packing brush, but I'm gonna use it on my lower lash line. It's a little bit big than what I usually like to use on my lower lash line, like brush size, but let's see. Oh, that's pretty actually. It's a good size. Me gusta. Me gusta. Okay, and for the rest of the eyes, you guys, I'm gonna be using my Natasha Denona palette. This palette is so bougie. Bougie. I'm gonna go in with a little yellow color, you guys. I like that. So to amp that color up, I'm gonna go in now with this color, this like orange macaroni and cheese color. And I'm gonna grab, that's so fetch. That's in the color Mandarin. Okay, you guys, so now I'm gonna use Boo You Whore. This is my favorite. And I'm gonna go in with the color Horizon, which is like this like deeper orange. And I might like do one dab of that color, which is Sinea. And I'm focusing it just on the edge of the eye. Just right here. So I might actually just focus on Sinea, the kind of like deeper color. This is Kraft Mac and Cheese. This video is sponsored by Kraft. Okay, so I dabbed into the bottom color, Igneous, this kind of like darkish brown, just to blend it out and make it just a little bit more deeper. And I really like how that's coming out. Yes, that's what I wanted. This kind of like brownish orange color. My other Natasha Denona palette was like $150. And it was this palette, but it's honestly such a good palette. This is the Star palette. This one is in the color Sunset palette. The packaging is just beautiful though, so I'm not even gonna be like mad about it. Now, I don't think I'm gonna do liner. I think I'm just gonna do lashes. But to apply it, I'm gonna try to use another brush. This is, she's a life ruiner. She's a scum-sucking road whore. She ruined my life. And I'm gonna go in with this color. This is Sun Dazed. This is a gorgeous kind of like golden-y color. Okay, honestly, I could probably just use my finger. With the main finger that I grab the color, I place it on the lid. I'll do like 2 strokes and I'm like, okay, perfect. I don't wanna add more. So I go with the clean finger and I just diffuse out the product. That's so pretty. Okay, let me put on mascara and some lashes and then I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, so I put on some lashes. I'm like really shaky. So I was like, I can't put on lashes on camera. Like a venti drink comes with like 3 shots of espresso. I added an extra shot, so now I've had like 4 shots of espresso. So the lashes I'm using Diamonds by Lily Lashes. I like to add just a little bit of brown on the inner corner just to blend out the lash band. I always suggest these because they're very light. And also if you're like a beginner with lashes, these are probably the best ones to begin with. They're wispy, they're still long, and they're not overwhelming. Like you can still see the shadow on the eye. I'm like a fucking spokesperson for Lily Lashes. Like I just know these lashes like the back of my hand, you guys. I love them. I used to work there. I'm obsessed with it. I'll always rep it because I love Lily to death and I love Lily Lashes to death. I'm gonna wipe off this powder, but I wanna do it with like a colored powder. I'm gonna be using Dark Golden Mineralized Skin Finish by MAC. And I'm gonna grab this brush. This one is, she doesn't even go here. This is one trick I've been doing as of recently, you guys, for a full coverage look. Because I know when I go to an event, even though it's nighttime, there's gonna be flash photography. Like when I went to Laura's party, I did this like kind of like trick and I really liked it. Just layering the mineralized skin finish by MAC is honestly everything. And then also, if you ever feel like your baking is leaving like kind of like a white cast, because sometimes if you leave it on for too long, it really sticks to the foundation. If you wipe off the excess with a face colored powder, it will literally just kind of take that kind of like whiteness away. Okay, so for blush, I'm gonna be using MAC's Peaches. And for that, I'm gonna use this little brush. This one is, you can't sit with us. Use it for blush. Ooh, that's a lot of blush. With fall, I don't like to use too much blush, you guys. So to bronze up the face, I want a very neutral type of bronzer. Like I don't want a very warm bronzer. So I'm gonna be using Hoola by Benefit. This one's a very neutral blush, you guys. It doesn't have a warm tone under it. It's more cool, but it's still very neutral. If you like to kind of sculpt more so with bronzers, then this is a perfect color for that. And now I'm gonna grab, you're like really pretty. So you agree. You think you're really, oh shit, that's pigmented. It contours the cheek, but it's not like my usual bronzers that like warm up the face. But y'all know I like to be very bronzy, 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 bronzy. Ooh, these cheekbones are cut, Miley. Cut. Ooh, I forget how good this bronzer is. One of the main reasons why I'm using these brushes is because my dumbass forgot my brushes at home. So I'm gonna grab, that's so fetch. I try to clean it as much as possible. Yeah. Okay, you guys, so when you layer a lot of powders, you wanna make sure that you really set your face with like a setting spray. So I kinda like to do it twice when I do this full coverage of a powder. So I'm gonna grab MAC Studio Fix and just wait for that to set. Then I'm gonna apply highlight and then I'm gonna respray it. So now I'm gonna grab this brush. This is Gruel, which is when you try to say great and cool at the same time. Mine's like a little like weirdly bent though. Like, do you see how this metal thing is like sticking out? I don't like this kind of brush to highlight, but I'm gonna give it a shot because I don't have any other brush to highlight with. I'm grabbing Double Take by NARS. This is their Man Ray collection. Really pretty color. I'm not mad at this brush actually to apply this. You know how like some people put it on their forehead? Makeup by Mara was like, I don't like that. If you're gonna apply it, just apply a little bit on one side. And since this is the side my hair parts, I feel like I should just put it on this side. Right? And this is the final look. I like it. The foundation, even though it's a little bit scary, I'm not gonna lie, it actually is very nice coverage. Like it is full coverage. But yeah, I really like it, especially for like those event type of days, or if you just like a full coverage type of situation on an everyday. I'm definitely gonna keep this in my arsenal of foundations that I always carry with me. If you're not a full pigmented type of person, if you're a very like natural kind of girl, this is gonna be way too full coverage for you. You're not gonna like this at all. But if you don't mind full coverage, this is definitely a thumbs up. And I believe it's like around like $38. The brush, great brush. Honestly, if you already have a beauty blender, you'll be fine. It's a really good quality. I don't know how much the brush costs. And for the other brushes, the Mean Girls brushes, you guys, I liked them. They're actually cute. I'll probably still use them. This eye brush though, I really did like. This one was my favorite one. This one is That's So Fetch. And then this little nugget too was Boo You Whore. These were my two favorite brushes. You guys, if you like this video, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, leave them down in the comment section down below. If you're not already, make sure you subscribe to my channel. And until next time, bye everyone. Look at the difference of my skin to the inside of my hand.